What if the swelling in your legs, the stiffness in your knees, and that strange tingling in your feet are not simply part of aging at all? What if they are quiet signs that your body is losing one of its most important structural proteins far faster than you realize? After age 60, collagen production drops sharply, and that decline can affect everything from joint comfort to circulation, balance, skin strength, and even how confident you feel when walking across your own home. Research from the NIH and other aging-focused institutions has shown that collagen loss is closely linked to reduced mobility, weaker connective tissue, and slower physical recovery in older adults. That is why so many seniors feel as if their bodies changed almost overnight. One day, stairs feel manageable. A few months later, your legs feel heavy, your ankles look puffy, and your movements seem less steady than before. But here is the encouraging part. Certain foods may help support your body's natural collagen-building process in powerful ways, especially when prepared correctly and eaten consistently. In today's video, we are counting down 8 collagen-supporting foods that may help older adults feel stronger, move easier, and support healthier legs and joints from the inside out. Stay until the end, because the number 1 food may surprise you. Before we begin, tell us in the comments, have you noticed more swelling or stiffness lately? And which of these foods do you already eat? Please like, share, and subscribe so more seniors can find this life-changing information. Food number 8. Egg yolks. Egg yolks deserve the number 8 spot because they contain nutrients that quietly support the body's collagen-building machinery in ways many seniors never expect. For years, older adults were taught to fear the yolk, as if it were the part to avoid. But the yolk is actually where much of the nourishment lives. It provides glycine, proline, and other compounds the body uses to help form and stabilize collagen fibers, the very fibers that support skin, joints, tendons, and the tissues that help your legs feel strong and steady. This matters even more after 60, when collagen production slows and the signs begin to show up in subtle ways. You may notice more stiffness when getting out of bed, heavier legs in the afternoon, or ankles that seem to puff up more easily than they used to. Soft-boiled, poached, or gently cooked eggs are often the best choice because they are easier on the body and help preserve delicate nutrients. Many seniors also do well pairing eggs with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or spinach, which helps support collagen formation even further. Food number 7. Chicken skin. Now, let's move to chicken skin, a food many people throw away without a second thought. Yet for aging bodies, it may be one of the most overlooked natural sources of structural support. Chicken skin contains type 1 collagen, the same form closely tied to skin firmness, tissue resilience, and joint comfort. When that type of collagen declines, the body often feels less stable, less cushioned, and slower to recover. The key, however, is preparation. Deep-fried chicken skin can create more harm than help, but gently baked or slow-roasted skin is a very different story. Some seniors also use skin-on chicken pieces to make homemade broth, allowing the collagen-rich compounds to move into the liquid. Sipped warm, that broth can feel soothing, nourishing, and surprisingly restorative. Sometimes the foods we were taught to discard are the very ones the body has been missing. Food number 6. Sardines. Sardines may be small, but for many older adults, they can offer remarkably big support. These tiny fish are rich in protein, healthy fats, and connective tissue nutrients that help the body maintain strength as collagen production naturally declines. They also provide omega-3 fatty acids, which are especially valuable for seniors dealing with stiffness, soreness, or that heavy, achy feeling in the legs after standing or walking. When inflammation rises and collagen falls at the same time, the body often feels older than it truly is. Joints seem tighter. Recovery takes longer. Even simple movements begin to feel less fluid. Sardines help because they nourish more than one system at once. They support tissue repair, help calm internal stress on the body, and offer minerals that aging muscles and bones rely on every day. Canned sardines packed in water or olive oil are often the easiest option. They can be mashed onto whole grain toast, added to salads, or eaten with lemon and herbs for extra flavor. Some seniors avoid them because of the strong taste, but once prepared well, sardines can become one of the most practical and affordable collagen-supporting foods in the kitchen. Sometimes the foods with the greatest value are not the most glamorous. They are simply the ones the body knows how to use. Food number 5. Bone marrow. Bone marrow may sound old-fashioned, but in many traditional cultures, it was prized for exactly the reasons modern nutrition is beginning to rediscover. It is rich, deeply nourishing, and packed with compounds that support connective tissue, joint comfort, and overall resilience. For seniors whose legs feel weaker, whose knees ache more often, or whose bodies seem to recover slowly from daily activity, bone marrow can be a meaningful addition to the diet. As collagen weakens, the body often loses that feeling of internal cushioning. Joints feel less protected. Movement feels more fragile. Bone marrow contains healthy fats and supportive nutrients that may help nourish the tissues surrounding the joints and bones. It is not a magic cure, but it can be one of those foods that makes the body feel more fed at a deeper level, especially when combined with a well-rounded, protein-rich diet. Roasted marrow bones are one option, but many seniors prefer marrow as part of a slow-cooked soup or broth, where the texture becomes softer and easier to digest. When prepared this way, it can feel warming, comforting, and strengthening all at once. And for older adults, foods that are both nourishing and easy to enjoy often make the biggest difference over time. Food number 4. Papaya. Papaya may seem like an unusual choice in a collagen countdown, but it absolutely earns its place. This soft, naturally sweet fruit is loaded with vitamin C, and vitamin C is one of the most critical nutrients the body needs to actually produce collagen. Without enough of it, the collagen-building process slows down even more, which can leave aging skin thinner, joints less supported, and blood vessels more fragile. That matters for seniors in ways that are easy to miss. You may not think of fruit when your legs feel swollen or your knees feel stiff, but the body cannot build strong connective tissue from protein alone. It also needs the right helpers. Papaya provides those helpers while being gentle on digestion, easy to chew, and refreshing for older adults who no longer enjoy heavy meals. Its natural enzymes may also support digestion, which is helpful because when digestion becomes sluggish, the body may not absorb nutrients as efficiently as it once did. A few slices of ripe papaya with breakfast or as an afternoon snack can be a simple habit with surprisingly valuable benefits. Sometimes supporting collagen is not only about eating rich foods. Sometimes it is about giving the body the tools it needs to use those foods well. Food number 3. Gelatin. Gelatin is one of the clearest examples of a food that directly reflects the building blocks of collagen itself. Because gelatin is made from cooked collagen, it contains amino acids such as glycine and proline that the body can use as raw material for tissue support and repair. For seniors, that can be especially meaningful when joints feel less flexible, skin seems thinner, or the legs no longer feel as stable and responsive as they once did. What makes gelatin so useful is its versatility. It can be stirred into soups, added to warm drinks, mixed into soft desserts, or used in homemade recipes that are easy to eat and digest. Many older adults appreciate foods that do not require a major lifestyle overhaul, and gelatin fits beautifully into that kind of routine. It is simple, practical, and often easier to tolerate than large portions of meat. Over time, those small additions can matter. Aging bodies do not always need dramatic changes. They often respond best to steady nourishment, repeated day after day. And gelatin is one of those humble foods that quietly supports the body from within, helping seniors maintain comfort, structure, and confidence in movement. Food number 2. Liver. Liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on this list, and although many people stopped eating it years ago, it may be one of the most powerful collagen-supporting foods for older adults. It is rich in vitamin A, iron, B vitamins, copper, and protein, all of which play important roles in tissue repair, circulation, energy production, and the body's ability to maintain healthy skin, muscles, and connective tissue. For seniors, poor circulation and low nutrient intake often show up in ways that feel unrelated at first. Legs feel colder. Feet tingle. Walking feels less steady. Recovery from minor strain takes longer. Liver helps address several of these weak points at once because it provides such a concentrated package of nourishment. And when the body is undernourished, even slightly, collagen support becomes much harder. The key is moderation and proper preparation. Small portions once in a while are often enough. When cooked gently with onions, herbs, or blended into familiar dishes, liver can become far more enjoyable than people expect. It may not be the most popular food in today's world, but for aging bodies that need rebuilding materials, it remains one of the strongest traditional options available. Food number 1. Collagen-rich bone broth. And now we come to number 1. Collagen-rich bone broth. For many seniors, this may be the most comforting and effective food on the entire list. Bone broth is made by simmering bones, joints, cartilage, and connective tissues over many hours, allowing collagen, gelatin, minerals, and amino acids to slowly release into the liquid. The result is a warm, soothing food that the body can absorb with relative ease. This matters enormously after 60. Many older adults are not just eating less, they are also absorbing less and recovering more slowly. A food can be nutritious on paper, but if it is hard to digest or difficult to prepare, it may never become a consistent habit. Bone broth solves that problem beautifully. It is gentle, nourishing, versatile, and deeply satisfying, especially for seniors who need support without heavy meals. When collagen levels fall, the whole body can feel the loss. The joints may ache. The skin may thin. The legs may feel weaker, puffier, or less stable. Bone broth supports the body by supplying many of the exact compounds that aging connective tissue depends on. Sipped on its own or used as a base for soups and stews, it can become a daily ritual that feels both healing and practical. And perhaps that is the real message of today's video. Growing older does not mean giving up on strength, comfort, or mobility. It means learning how to support the body more intentionally. The foods on this list are not miracle cures, but they can help provide the building blocks your body has been missing, especially when collagen loss is starting to affect how you feel every day. If you have been struggling with swelling, stiffness, heavy legs, or a sense that your body is simply not as supported as it used to be, start with 1 or 2 of these foods and stay consistent. Small nutritional habits, repeated over time, can create changes that feel surprisingly powerful. Now tell us in the comments, which of these foods do you already eat, and which one are you willing to try first? If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with another senior who needs this information today.